Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Morning Coffee Motivation. It is Monday, the 18th of May 2026, and today we're going to deal with something. So, listen this. Sometimes the biggest mistake we make in life is believing that we have to wait for the perfect moment before we begin. We tell ourselves, I'll start when I have more money, I'll start when I have more time, I'll start when I have more confidence and more support. But the real truth is, if you keep waiting for every condition to be perfect, you may never move at all. Hear me carefully. I'm not saying to move without wisdom or planning, because planning matters, preparation matters, but there comes a point where preparation becomes procrastination disguised as perfection. The Bible says in Ecclesiastes chapter 11 verse 4, whoever watches the wind will not plant, whoever looks at the clouds will not reap. Oh my goodness. In other words, if you spend all your time waiting for ideal conditions, you'll stay stuck at square one. Somewhere along the line, many of us were lied to. We were taught that everything must line up perfectly before we chase the dream, launch the business, go back to school, write the book, step into our purpose. And because of that thinking, years have passed. Yet that dream is still sitting in the parking lot. Denzel Washington once said, without commitment, you'll never start. Without consistency, you'll never finish. And I remember one time, even Les Brown said he didn't do what he was doing because for years he thought that he was inadequate. He thought that he didn't have everything lined up in order to start. But that was a lie. Now, you don't need every answer before you begin. Sometimes your next step creates the clarity you've been praying for. Now, take the example of Abraham when God called him out and said, I will bring you to a land I will show you. When you tell him, get thee out of the country, he didn't show him where he was going. Abraham didn't have everything together. You understand? But God called him and he moved. And because he moved, everything else began to fall into place. So sometimes everything doesn't have to fall into place at the start. But once you begin to move, it will fall into place. Start where you are, use what you have, trust God with the process. And remember, one day you'll either say, I'm glad I started, or I wish I had. Make today count. And if this message has ministered to you this morning, why not leave a like, share it, and subscribe to my Morning Coffee Motivation for more. I am Kingsley James. Have a blessed day.